There are three things that will destroy the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. And in his political life, the three things that Rigathi will live to regret. Number one is how William Ruto trapped him to break ties with former President Uhuru Kenyatta. And I remember I analyzed 2022 politics and I said that William Ruto's presidency was captured by juvenile politicians that were being used. Because to the best of my knowledge, it will be very difficult for Rigathi Gachagua to redeem his image. And I think in the run-up to 2022 general elections, no one will think, you don't even want to imagine of the kind of words that Rigathi used against Uhuru Kenyatta. And at the same time, they bragged that he worked with Uhuru Kenyatta for the last 15 or so years. And so there is a lot that is at stake. The second thing that Rigathi Gachagua will regret is what I call gentleman politics. The politics of huyu ni mzuri, tumekubaliana, hatujaandikana. This is not the brand of Kenyan politics. In Kenyan politics, there is no gentleman approach to power sharing. Because what then that means is Rigathi Gachagua oversaw your loyalty. And I think he was also overwhelmed by the position of the deputy president. 2 years after the government is formed, then he's coming to understand that he is not part of government. And the third thing that the DP will regret is engaging William Ruto without a Mount Kenya party. In fact, I was talking to someone who worked with the former president and actually worked with Mwai Kibaki, and was a PA, yes, it was a PA to one of the PSs, I think. And he told me that Rigathi Gachagua needed to pull a very good card in the run-up to last general election. Instead of getting to that UDA party, Rigathi Gachagua needed to rush very fast and take some fringe party, form that party, and market it at Mount Kenya, and then use that party as a bargain with William Samoei Arap Ruto. Or better still, he needed just to stop the antagonism against Uhuru Kenyatta, reconcile with Uhuru Kenyatta early, then use the Jubilee party to negotiate with William, not use the Jubilee party, try to find a truce with former President Uhuru Kenyatta even before the last general election and avoid that confrontation politics. And true to that, and I think founder members of this channel, people that started watching this channel in the run-up to 2022 general election, I remember I said many times, that it was disastrous to engage in a political deal outside the political party as a vehicle. Because in our politics, parties are overrated. Parties are the anchor of negotiation. And he will regret, because what we are reading from Nation is something that I think kicks of a dying horse. The deputy president the Nation has established that Gachagua is actively engaging officials of the New Democrats as he scouts for an option away from President Ruto's United Alliance, Democratic Alliance. And Mr. Gachagua is confident. The Nyeri governor, Mutahi Kahiga, is saying in an exclusive interview that the president continue allowing attacks against the DP and possibly try to sideline him. He risks losing the current support he enjoys in Mount Kenya region. The TND Secretary General David Musembi confirmed that the party that has been in talks with people allied to DP for a possible political deal. There has been links with that, and the registrar of political party had said that there were attempts to change the officials of the party And Mr. Jimmy Kibaki, the son of the former president, who are some of the founder members of this party, have also confirmed that after he left the party, there have been efforts from Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's camp to take over the party. The DP has also been reaching out to some political players, including the former top government official in former Uhuru Kenyatta's administration, for a possible political deal. And my small bird tells me part of the team that Rigathi could be looking after are the Matian'gi and Mutahi Kahiga. And when you see Matian'gi trending the other day, it was one of the strategies. You know, Matian'gi has been trending for the last 2 days. It was one of the strategies that was on board to try just to, you know, to create him in the picture. And what our small bird is saying is that the deputy president is looking for Matian'gi and Mutahi Kahiga, not Mutahi Kahiga, but the former health CS, Mutahi Kagwe, amongst other powerful forces that would want to get behind him. And this is an understanding by Rigathi that probably by getting Matian'gi, maybe he will be able to get the backing of the former president Uhuru Kenyatta. So ladies and gentlemen, I want us to look at the deal that Rigathi Gachagua is trying to pursue Matian'gi. Would a Rigathi-Matian'gi combination work? Because you need to look at it in both angles. Yesterday I analyzed and I asked you guys, what is next after if Rigathi is dropped? And I saw your feedback. And I saw most of us were giving 3 options. Number 1, that Rigathi needs to go it alone for president. If he goes it alone for president, he might be able to take Nyeri from DP. He can sweep part of Kirinyaga and can also take part of Embu. Maybe partly Murang'a. But the truth of the matter here is, if Rigathi is in the ballot and the mountain is divided, really, with Rigathi coming out of Ruto's camp, things are going to be so much disjointed, because even Martha Karua might come back and former President Uhuru Kenyatta to form another alliance. So that's option number 1. Option number 2, someone was saying that Rigathi, if he was to remain with William Ruto, he was still to be the running mate. So he can still come and ask Kalonzo Musyoka to be a candidate so that he deputizes Kalonzo Musyoka. Those were the options that some of you are giving. And lastly, I also saw someone saying here, let Raila go on ballot and pick Rigathi Gachagua as the running mate. And then the context here is the dynamic that in that case, Kalonzo Musyoka, by whatever means, has to be in the ballot. So Kalonzo will go in the ballot and it will be another jumbled. Or let Kalonzo be on the ballot, let Ruto be on the ballot. Let's say Azimio stakes and gets a candidate, maybe if it's Raila or Kalonzo, then let Rigathi Gachagua just go to the ballot as a spoiler, and Uhuru Kenyatta in the ballot, and William Ruto in the ballot. In that context, Ruto will also have a very difficult game. So you're looking at all those dynamics, and the reason why I was reading, the reason why I was asking you that question is because for me, I was reading a different script, that Rigathi Gachagua is trying to reach out to former cabinet members that worked with Uhuru Kenyatta, and one top in that radar was actually CS Matian'gi. But then let me tell you, when Matian'gi was trending, that hashtag was sponsored. And if you're a Twitter guru, if you look at those who are behind Matian'gi to trend, they were comparing Matian'gi with they're comparing Matian'gi with Kindiki, and trying to say that Matian'gi needs to come back in the politics to become a president or a deputy president. He needs to be in the ballot. If you check that, sorry, I think my voice is a bit destroyed. So if you check that, there's some cards on table. And this is, according to me, what Rigathi tends to look for by going after Matian'gi. Number one, Rigathi has an option of getting an alternative ticket to the ballot. And that alternative ticket might not be a head-on against Ruto, but it should have a potential of plucking votes from Ruto's basket. So that's the first alternative that I'm looking at on going after Ruto. Number two, if there is a politician that was crashing President Ruto during campaigns, that politician, if there was a state official who was crashing Ruto during campaigns, 2022 campaigns, then that was CS Matian'gi. And maybe Rigathi is looking for a force that can be brave enough to hit Ruto below the belt. So that is the second thing he's seeing in Matian'gi. Number three, he's also setting a trap that if I get who will be attacked by these fellows? Because if he brings Matian'gi, if he wins Matian'gi on his side, and he's able to Matian'gi gets attacked by all these fellows, they'll be able to attract sympathy. So he's trying to look for a candidate or someone, a politician, a person whom he brings in his side, he will be able, that politician will be able to be attacked, and through that, he will get the sympathy. But one thing that then scares me is this. Matian'gi and Rigathi do not sail in the same class in terms of leadership qualities. I'm afraid that in that context, then Matian'gi needs to be the boss. If it's a presidential ticket, then it can only be Matian'gi being the presidential candidate, then Rigathi Gachagua being the deputy. But in all that context, Rigathi is pointing to one thing: Uhuru Kenyatta, come and rescue me. That's what I think he's looking at. But then, I want to interpret the strategy of looking for a new political party. That which he wants to achieve. And I think it's a strategy. There are two things he wants to achieve with that. Number one, Rigathi Gachagua is using a threat strategy. Remember, this story is already in media. Yesterday, I analyzed and I said that he called some UDA MPs. It's the UDA MPs didn't attend a meeting that I convened in Karen. And I said one of the reasons why it would be difficult for him to consolidate the MPs around him is because of lack of clarity of what next. Even if they are to support him, even if they are to support Rigathi, what is it that they will take from there? That's a big question that to a politician you must answer. You must say, yes, you're going for presidency. What is your plan? Do you have the funding? Do you have a plan to win? Or what is your objective of going to the ballot? So that is part of it. For politicians that's still looking for which way, because it's not just a matter of going to the residence of the deputy president. That is not the point. The point is, what are we getting in return? I have seen some politicians coalescing around him, and he will actually checkmate UDA in Mount Kenya. Number two, he's testing UDA exodus. Are there people that will be willing to walk away from UDA? But let me say this. Kenyan politics is based on personality and is very tribal. That's one thing I can confirm to you. And Rigathi is not Raila. If Raila is today is to walk out of ODM party and form a new party, he will have it. All those MPs will follow him. But if Rigathi is to leave UDA and form a new party, even I think less than 10 MPs can follow him. But there is a disclaimer here. When people realize that UDA has failed to deliver its mandate, and that despite of them promising quite a lot, their manifestos to the people they've failed, people will use a new party as an excuse to create a new wave. The Mount Kenya leaders will think, okay, if this is not what we are getting, and Rigathi's party will become the alternative. If this is not what we are getting, then really we need to move to another party. So I think he's also testing, he's also creating an exit strategy. For those who will feel like, oh, we don't belong here, we will want to move. But two things are working against Rigathi in this move. As much as the country will sympathize with him, but there are two factors that are the two odds against Rigathi. Number one, Ruto has destroyed Rigathi's image with combative politics. Ruto has destroyed Rigathi's image completely. I don't know. I agree with one of us saying here, the person that can sanitize Rigathi is Roila. Because he used Rigathi to say everything against Raila and use personality attacks on Raila. It has really the narratives of shareholding, you know, those things. The Mount Kenya, the Mulema narratives. So in real sense, you know, Ruto first told Rigathi to go and consolidate Mulema, and gave him some responsibilities on K&T and coffee, Mulema. Gave him something on drug and substance abuse, Mulema. I don't know what, the churches, Mulema. So Rigathi has been destroyed. He lacks the national image. And if he forms a new party, what would stop him from sprouting out of Mount Kenya is because of that identity. The image has been destroyed. Number two, Uhuru Kenyatta is not willing to close ranks with Rigathi. By the way, Uhuru is not Raila. It is emerging clearly that Uhuru Kenyatta is not giving it, not even a second. He's not thinking about it. And those two odds will work against Rigathi. It's a matter of wait and see, but I think our politics are developing. If you're waiting for people to start campaigning, then maybe you're getting it wrong. The campaigns have started, and that's where new political parties are coming. Remember, this is coming at a time when UDA is planning for a political party merger, to merge with other parties. Now, another question. Do you believe that Ruto wants to appoint Ndindi Nyoro as the deputy in 2027? Because to the best of my knowledge, I don't think so. I'm not seeing Ndindi Nyoro going for that running mate. But if you think it's Ndindi Nyoro, why would you think he would go for Nyoro and not any other person?
Hello guys, so as I promised you guys that we will be supporting these families, I'm already at Mukuru Kwayaba, that's what I'm saying the name. And this is the nearest primary school around this place, because we do not go for field, and because of promotion, when we go there, then maybe things will turn very chaotic. So these are the families. Already 9, they're waiting for Mzegu's and yeah, so thank you. This is the families we want to support, and I also want to urge this that it doesn't end here. The need is still big. There are also still infants, and you can still get to me. I will still be able to link you up with 1 or 2 families. But even if you want to support more, yeah, but we needed also to do our part as involved, and I just want to thank you for having done this. Asante sana, mbarikiwe.
Okay.
Wengine watatu hata mpige tu. Pige tu. Pige tu.
Mama tu hapo. Mama hapo.
Okay, habari zenu tena. Jinsi nilisema, mimi naitwa Ndege, mkaaji wa Landimame, Kayaba, Mukuru. Kwanza ninachukua hii fursa kusema asante sana kwa wenye wamekuja kutusaidia. Kwa hivi sasa nyumba tulishapata, ni ile hela ya kulipa hiyo nyumba ndio hatukuwa nayo, lakini kwa uwezo wa Mwenyezi Mungu, Mungu ametenda. Pesa ndio hizi tumepata na tunaenda kulipa hizo nyumba zetu, hatutalala tena kwa baridi. Naye muendelee na kusaidia watu wengine, isiwe ni sisi peke yetu, sababu watu wameathirika pale wengi bado wanalala kwa hiyo kiwanja mahali tulikuwa tunalala. Tunashukuru sana, Mungu awabariki.
Before tuende kwa wengine, I want to add one here. There are people, and guys, there are people that normally they are not sensitive in the picture. Anne is one person that has been coordinating this. She's behind this, and I just want us to to one word and thank you very much. Asante sana for having been behind this, for working in the community. You are a warrior, and I know that you are amongst people that normally are not celebrated, but we thank God that you can. But we also need to celebrate Anne, because Anne is also another person who can say something.
Thank you. I am Anne Kanini, a community representative in Mukuru Nyayo location. Kazi yangu ni kusaidia watu wale ambao wanapata shida tofauti, hasa katika huu mkasa wa floods. Katika ile hali I was able to identify watu ambao wamekosa makazi, na ninashukuru the board team for coming through kuweza kusaidia hizi jamaa. Ukiangalia hapa George ni mzee ambaye ni mzee sana, kuna hapa Dani ni mzee sana. Wakikaa nje kwangu ilikuwa inaumiza moyo, kwa sababu nyumba yangu pia ni ndogo, haiwezi watosha. And for the people who have come through to support these people, may God bless you for doing something which is good, ambayo itazuia wasipate magonjwa, kukaa kwa baridi kunaleta magonjwa, na hata ile insecurity, they can be harmed. Kwa hivyo God bless you and continue doing the good work. Personally, mimi nimejitolea kuwasaidia watu katika hili eneo la Mukuru Watanyayo. Asanteni kwa kutushika mkono.
And I want us to pray, but before we pray, I just want to put a point to you. Guys, this need is still there, and I was just talking with Anne behind the scenes. She was telling me that quite a number that are still there. So even in your own individual capacity, I closed the fundraiser yesterday, and I finished this program here, but it's not ending because the solution is not coming to an end. There are still other people.
Kasema asante, kasema asante, kasema asante, ewe Mungu wangu. Baba, katika jina la Yesu Kristo tunasema ni asante kwa sababu ya wema wako na fadhili zako ambazo hudumu milele na milele. Hakika Bwana, katika hili janga umetuletea watu ambao ni roho safi, ambao wamesaidia Baba hawa watu wetu ambao kuanzia hii dakika wanaenda kulipa nyumba na kupata hata kupumzika katika nyumba zao. Uinuliwe na uimidiwe. Kwa wale wote waliochanga, Bwana wa majeshi, tutamka neno la baraka, ukawabariki maradufu katika jina la Yesu Kristo mwana wa Mungu. Ni kwa ajili ya Kelvin, ni kwa ajili ya Brian na timu yao yote Baba, ukapate na kuwabariki. Asante kwa kwa ajili ya hii timu wanapotoka hapa na kuanza maisha mapya katika maeneo mapya. Mungu utaweza kuwalinda na kuwaongoza. Asante ni kwa ajili yangu Baba, ninapoenda kufanya hii kazi nzuri katika hii community, neema yako ikanitoshe. Tunakushukuru kwa ajili ya mwalimu Simon, amekuwa ni baraka kwa wenyeji wa mtaa Bwana wa majeshi, naye ukambariki katika kiwango kingine, ukafungua milango ya baraka kwa ajili yake. Tunapoachana ukatulinde, inuliwa mfalme, na ni katika jina la Yesu tunaomba na kuamini. Amen.